We got some Red 5 news, but first, a little chat about Jake Lloyd with our friend Clayton Sandell. Josh, hit it.
We did it. We did it, Andy.
We're back. We're back.
We did it in 2025.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Martin Luther King Day, Happy
we got President's Day rolling up.
Yeah,
Election Day.
But Josh, really the one thing I wanted to ask you about before we got going here is how did you celebrate January 30th, Cara Dune Day?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I
like every other day.
Yeah, that's a terrible question. I
saw some hashtags going around.
No, I had a great day. I had a great day that day. I don't remember how it went, but there was controversy, and I was able to just fend it off.
Oh, okay, good, good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us with the 2025 first stream of the year with the Holo Chronicles. Josh, I'm Andy, and tonight we are going to start things off with a little conversation with a friend of ours, Clayton Sandell. For those that have been with us for a while, you've seen Clayton on streams with the old Beyond the Blast Door crew and with Nick and Pete. But I had a little, I got to meet Clayton in person at Star Wars Celebration 2022 in Anaheim. And just for about an hour and a half one evening, I can't remember which night it was, but I sat down.
The best night.
I sat down with him and coffee with Kenobi Dan Zare. And for about an hour and a half, we had a couple beers and just talked like old friends. And it was pretty fun. Josh, I don't know where you were at that night.
I was tired. I was tired that night. I was very tired.
But for those of you that don't know, apologies while I wrote this, I typed this out. So Clayton is a television news correspondent, formerly with ABC and Scripps. He's a co-author of the Star Wars Timelines. His stories have taken audiences beyond the gates of Skywalker Ranch and inside Lucasfilm's Industrial Light and Magic and Skywalker Sound. He co-produced an ABC News documentary called The Force of Sound, which was a behind-the-scenes look at the sound design of The Last Jedi. So not only is Clayton a big-time news correspondent and reporter, but he's a Star Wars nerd just like us. And you'll even see when he comes in here, he's got a little wall with some toys, and we love to see it.
A wall of nerd. Can we say hello to our chat? It's been a while, and then we'll bring Clayton in to say hi to them too. Like they all start talking to each other, and I love it so much. So yeah, hi guys.
Yes, it's like old friends, you know. It's like the family reunion here. So yeah, chat. Good to see you guys, Paul, Gary, Pete. G-Force, I think, already took off, but Matt, good to see you guys. All right, without any further hype or fanfare, let's bring our friend in, Clayton Sandell.
Hey guys, how are you? I'm totally honored to be the first guest of 2025. I feel
real.
I feel honored to be asked. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you too.
I know Larry David says, 3 days and you can't say Happy New Year, but growing up, I was a huge David Letterman fan, and I swear David Letterman would continue, if he hadn't had a guest on, into like March, he would wish people Happy New Year. So that's more my standard than that.
Yeah, we'll take a Letterman stance on this show anytime, Clayton. So thank you.
Yeah. So,
well, the reason why we wanted to chat tonight was because you have recently, just before Christmas, had an interview with the child Anakin from the Phantom Menace actor Jake Lloyd, and I read it. I downloaded Substack just for that purpose, and ended up reading your original article that you did with his mother about a year ago, and I find the story very compelling because, as we were talking about earlier, child actors can sometimes go through a pretty rough, I don't know, teen experience into their early 20s, and it can really hang around and follow them.
Yeah.
And with Jake Lloyd having, and this is public, it's in for public consumption, having some mental problems, some mental health issues that, I think what I came away with was that, just like in Star Wars, there is an opportunity here for some redemption for Jake. Even if it's just simply on a personal level, to battle through some of the demons he's had to. And I wanted to thank you for how I wanted to hear the story of how it came together, because nobody else has gotten this story like you have. So go ahead. How did this start?
So, it's funny. In a lot of ways, for me, I think I started thinking about Jake probably back in 2015, which, of course, was the year that he was arrested after leading police in North Carolina, basically on a chase, and getting caught and being thrown in jail. And for a long time, that had been the first that we'd really ever heard from him. And at that time, his mom had put out a statement basically saying that he had been diagnosed with schizophrenia. But that was really the first time in a long time that we really had heard anything about Jake. And so it was always sort of in the back of my mind. But then I think what happened was Celebration 2022, right? When we were all together.
Yeah.
In Anaheim. You remember that celebration was the one where they were premiering Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
And one of the sort of signature moments that I remember from Celebration that year was Hayden and Ewan coming out on stage together.
Yes.
For the first time, and just feeling this overwhelming wave of excitement and love from the fandom, which, many of these, tons of people in the audience were huge prequel fans. There was just so much like great positive energy when those guys came out. And it was a great moment for them. It was a great moment for fans. And I think that I started thinking about that moment a little bit more, and just, it got me sort of again curious about Jake, whatever happened to Jake, because by this point it was, 7 years really since we'd heard anything since his arrest. And so that's really when I got kind of started down this road. And so I started just kind of reaching out to a couple of people that I thought might know his mom, just to see if I could get in touch. And so, when you're a curious reporter, it sort of gives you license to be nosy. And so I just sort of started to try and find ways to reach out to Lisa, his mom, and finally reached her maybe a month or two later. And it basically just began a series of conversations in late 2022, where we would just sort of talk. And I had originally asked her about talking to Jake, and he at that point was just not in a place where he was able to do any interviews. She kind of gave me the whole backstory, and really what happened was, we would talk about once every month or so, and I would just get a little bit more of the story. We'd sort of just kind of talk about how he was doing, how she was doing. and really just we're looking kind of for the right time to finally tell this story. And I told her the reason that I had reached out, and I said, there's such love out there for people who are in the prequels, and for Jake especially, since we hadn't heard from him. And so I think it just kind of got to a point where she really wanted to share the story that Jake, not only Jake's story, but also the story about how hard and difficult it can be for families, not just her, but a lot of different people dealing with this, to get the right treatment and to get the right medications and things like that. And so, so for about, I would say 18 months or so, we just kind of kept in semi-regular contact and for updates. And finally, at the beginning, January, February of last year, I don't know if there was any one thing that happened, but I just finally proposed to her that we do not a TV interview, but just do a text article. And so, so we sat, we got on a phone, and I talked to her. We chatted for probably an hour and a half or so, and we're able to put together that first article. And at that time, that was about a year after this incident, which she describes, and that we put in the first article in March of 2023, where basically she says he had a complete psychotic break one day in the middle of Southern California traffic, and ended up the result of that was going into this inpatient 18-month program. And so he was in that program when we talked, and I had always planned. I knew he was supposed to be finishing up that program toward the end of November, beginning of December just passed, and so I had always kind of planned on following up. And so I sent her a text one day and said, hey, just checking in, seeing how things are going. How's Jake doing? How are you doing? And if you're at all interested in doing a quick follow-up, I originally said, it'd probably be a good, uplifting story around the holidays. And a few days later, she called me back, and she said, yeah, I'd love to do a follow-up. But she goes, but Jake would like to talk to you himself. So
that's big.
Yeah, that was huge. It was great. So I said, absolutely, let's do it. And I kind of asked her how much time and where we could go with the questions. And, I wanted to be sensitive to him, and didn't want to ask insensitive, triggering questions and things like that. So we sort of agreed on how much time we would take. And so I think it was the Monday before Christmas, they called, and we chatted for 10 or 15 minutes. And it left me with a pretty good, I was encouraged, I guess I should say, because over the years, having talked to his mom, it's, things got pretty dark for a while, to the point where, as we wrote about, he wasn't taking his medications. And this was sort of there was really kind of this strange sort of chicken and egg problem, right? Because in addition to his schizophrenia diagnosis, he also had this condition called anosognosia, which you don't basically have an understanding that you have this condition. So because you don't believe you have this condition, you tend not to take your medication, because why would I take my medication? I'm not sick. There's nothing wrong with me. So it was sort of this spiral that they got into, and without his medication, it was really, really hard for him to stay focused and to stay on track. So we chatted, and he was very grateful that to the fans. He knows the fans are out there. He knows there's a lot of interest in how he's doing. And he said, and I put it in the article, he said, it's almost therapeutic to me to know that that the fans are out there. And you know, like his mom has told me multiple times, he loves Star Wars. You know, she says he had a great time shooting the Phantom Menace, and has talked about how and the other big thing out of that first article was really she wanted to kind of debunk the idea that all of this negative reaction, bullying, and things had driven him from acting. She says, yes, he was bullied at times at school over being Anakin Skywalker and being in Star Wars, but she said for the most part, she was able to shield him from a lot of that. You know, he was a kid. He was out riding his skateboard and playing video games. He wasn't paying attention to.
Well, that was a big revelation for me, because that's what you've always heard, like, oh, you know, because we all know that fandom can be pretty rough. And so I mean, I guess it just made a lot of sense that, oh yeah, you know, some people probably didn't like, you know, whatever, and they took it out, you know, on him or whatever. And that seemed to make sense. But I was happy to hear that wasn't the case. But did you guys talk at all about maybe what kind of led to having some of the mental health issues that he had? I mean, that's pretty personal, but
I didn't talk to him directly about it since we only kind of had a short window to chat. But I have talked to his mom about it, and you know what she says is that there were a lot of things going on at home, and this again we've published, so I'm not talking out of school here. But she said there were a lot of things going on at home at the time. When Jake was a teen, the family was going through a divorce. She said Jake was generally unhappy, and she felt like he didn't really enjoy auditioning anymore. And so there were those factors, and she said that he was occasionally bullied about the acting and being in Star Wars. But she also says that this probably would have happened anyway, because what she later found out was that there was a history of schizophrenia on his dad's side of the family. So she says her doctors have told her, the doctors have told her as well, that this likely would have happened with or without any negative feedback or anything related to Star Wars. But she wanted to be very clear that she doesn't believe that the negative reaction to that film or the negative reaction to Jake in that film had anything to do with a schizophrenia diagnosis. It's far more complicated.
Well, I think you brought up a great point at the beginning of your intro here, where you talked about, kind of your evolution of keeping in contact with Jake and his mom. When you talked about we were there, right? We were there in 22? I guess it was 22. It feels like yesterday, and also a long time ago, but in a galaxy far, far away. But that warm reception that Hayden had, it was really Hayden, right? Like Ewan was going to be fine no matter what. He's been great. He's weathered all storms.
That's right.
But Hayden of all people, with Jake in the conversation here, Hayden went through some stuff, from the fandom early on, and we could even say like a sequel-esque attack on the prequels, to where he faded out. He had a few movies and they faded, right? So I think you make a really good point in, like, if there were a time, and I don't think the time has ended. If there were a time, now is a really good time for someone like Jake, even with his struggles, to come back in and let the fandom embrace him. And I think if you take that concept and then flex it over to, a true mental health that Lisa, his mom, is describing as like would have happened with or without his experience. I think that's a really important philosophy or mentality to embrace when it comes to dealing with mental health, because that, I read your article a couple times, just to kind of ingest it, and
Yeah.
And it's to the point, but I like that it's to the point, like it's really on point with, it talks about some of the, his arrest and all that. And so I think about that. And I think like there's such a good part of the fandom of Star Wars that could take somebody like this and remove him from Star Wars completely. But he has a role. He has a role that we can recognize and just like lift him up. All the things that we see on social right now, where we're taking people and just launching them past their problem because we're awesome people, which is so much different than what we deal with on a regular basis of what we ingest. What we output is so cool. So I feel like your article is so good. I really wanted to commend you because your article is to the point. It's just to the point. And I appreciate it. Well, we talked in the green room right before this where you're like, hey man, ask a question. I wrote the article. If it's in the article, I'll answer it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's an important thing. If we remove ourselves from Star Wars, it's an important thing to target is the mental health side of it, where Star Wars or not, this guy could really use the help of people that are caring. And I think the Star Wars fandom for the most part is very caring. I really
Clayton, has he seen how people have reacted to Hayden and maybe thought that, well, if it could happen to him, maybe it could happen to me too?
I honestly don't know if he's seen specifically how people have responded to Hayden. But, his mom says he still gets recognized out on the street every once in a while, despite the years and despite, he wears a full beard a lot of times. And it was funny when she sent me the picture of the two of them together. I was like, oh, wow. Now I would have never recognized him on the street. But apparently people do occasionally, and they're very positive and appreciative and express, how much they loved him in the movie, but also just their general support for everything that he's been through in the past. So he does hear it. He does see it occasionally when they're out in public. And then, so for his birthday last year, they had watched Ahsoka, and he apparently loved the Ahsoka series. And so his mom got him an Ahsoka Black Series for his birthday. So he's keeping up. I don't think he had when we talked, he hadn't seen Skeleton Crew yet, but they were talking about sitting down to watch it. So so he does keep up with it. His mom said that she'll occasionally buy him a Star Wars t-shirt and he'll wear it and loves it. So, it's still something that I think in his mind is he associates with a positive time in his life. And I think that, of course I asked Lisa, I didn't ask Jake this time around, but I have talked to Lisa about, do you foresee a time where he might come back to Star Wars? And she goes, maybe. She goes, not right now, probably. But again, she says he had so much fun making The Phantom Menace, and is still such a fan himself that she would like to see that for him. I think, like a lot of us would like to see that for him in some capacity. I mean, I would love him to. I mean, can you imagine showing up at Star Wars Celebration just to walk out on stage and to wave to people for a minute? I mean,
oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, we'd lose it. Yeah.
Which, I mean, even if he just showed up to like whatever his local Comic-Con is, if he's
right,
like in Raleigh, North Carolina or something, just like if he just showed up to that, I think like that would not be a small thing. That would be a big deal,
That'd be a big
deal. I hope he can. I hope he can get there.
I do too. I do too. I think things seem to be looking up. He's regularly taking his medication, going to therapy, doing all the things that he needs to do, and I think it's made a huge difference in his life and his relationship with his mom. She says that they go to the movies now more often because the medication helps him stay focused, and so he can sit through a 2-hour movie whereas before he couldn't. So I think there's a lot of good things to kind of focus on, and hopefully he'll continue to make some progress. And
well, Clayton, I want to just commend you on like, there's one thing that's super important, and that's especially with mental health, and that's continuing to pay attention and acknowledging people despite their, despite the fact that you might be like, man, I can't, maybe they're too far gone. Like, this is let me just from personal experience, where sometimes they can just be tossed to the wayside.
Sure.
And guess what? You continue, you mentioned like 2022, you thought of him when you saw Hayden. Yeah. That's so awesome. It's so awesome for somebody like Jake in the smallest of ways. And I'm not talking about for anybody but him to know that somebody cares enough. And for Lisa too, for his mom, to know that somebody's still calling, that we're still writing an article about somebody that deserves that article for sure. But even if they don't deserve the article, they're still getting the acknowledgement, the recognition that, hey, you're a human being. You're going through something that none of us understand truly. Like you, me, or Andy, we can't understand what that feels like. We can't understand what it's like to go through what he's going through, and then also Lisa, who can only understand it from a mother's view, and only want someone to recognize her son, which is a cool dude who did something really awesome. And you're keeping this alive, which I appreciate. I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you. And I think that's one of the main reasons why she wanted to talk too, was also to kind of shine a light on this issue, which she knows a lot of families deal with, and a lot of families have the same kind of struggles to find the right treatment, to find the right facility, to find the right medications. It can be so daunting. And I think she wanted to kind of use this as a way to kind of to reach out to those people and say, it is hard, but there is hope, and other people are going through it, which I find pretty commendable as well. So
hope and redemption.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Well, again, it's just so awesome that you took the time for a very well-written article, like I said, to the point, which is good. Like, I think with mental health, it's important to be very blunt with facts.
Yeah.
It's very, and not too much emotion tied in there, not too much, analysis per your own opinion.
Yeah.
Like, here are the facts.
Yeah. And you want to be sensitive to it, because this is somebody's life. This is their medical, history and all of that. So, I think I was very grateful that the both of them were willing to open up about it, because it is not easy. It's really hard. It's really hard.
No, well, good job, buddy. Like, good.
Yeah, bravo.
We've agreed to keep in touch, and when there are developments, we'll pass them along. But yeah,
I think it's safe to say, Clayton, that, like, at least from this side of the galaxy, that we're on Jake's team, and it doesn't mean that he has to come back and give us any verification. He doesn't have to give us anything. He just needs to be healthy. And while I'd love to see him at a con and love to see him enjoying that, that's all I would like to see him do. I wouldn't like to see him forced into it to do it.
Right. Yeah.
So
be the right thing for sure. Yeah.
We'd love it. And if he just fades off into the Tatooine sunset, then we're good with that too, as long as he's healthy,
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Clayton, I know you don't have a ton of time here with us, but before you go, I wanted to ask about a book that you are co-authoring with a few other people, and you say it's due out in September of this year.
That is correct. So it is.
Tell us about it real quick.
Yeah, it's from Inside Editions. I'm very excited about this one. It's Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, a visual archive. If you saw the Return of the Jedi, visual archive that came out earlier this year. It's going to be very, very similar to that. Sort of a really cool mix of behind the scenes stories and talking about costumes and models and the production and just interspersed with a whole bunch of great visual features. The Return of the Jedi one, I had nothing to do with this part of it, but the editors and the graphics people did some really cool features in that one. I don't know what they have in store for this one yet, but I'm sure it'll be pretty awesome. But yeah, it should be out in September, and got to work on that one again with Kelly Knox and ST Bende and Amy Rickow. It's really fun to work with that. It's such a great team of people who are now lucky enough to call friends.
It's awesome.
So what's your biggest contribution to the book?
Oh, I do a lot of the. I wrote the prologue, and I wrote the epilogue, and I wrote I dealt with a lot of the stuff in the first part of the film, and then kind of jumped around a little bit. But I do a lot toward the end. I got to write about Duel of the Fates and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, it was kind of the way they sort of, the editors end up dividing these things up. You don't work on any one section. It's kind of little bits and pieces of a lot of different sections, but yeah, a lot of stuff at the beginning and a lot of stuff right at the end.
Cool. Well, I always love these visual archives and for all the movie, like they're always so cool. I can't wait for this one. I don't know, maybe it's a bit serendipitous doing this Jake, having this Jake connection, and then, your tie now to the Phantom Menace, that, you're weaving yourself into that Phantom Menace story now too. And I'm here for it. I can't wait to see this book. And thank you for putting it together. Like, I'm already excited about it. So
yeah, I'm excited. And it was interesting to be working on the book at about the same time that I was first talking to Lisa for this article last year. And of course, I got a bunch of these for each of the authors. Every author and our editor got a different one. And of course, I kept this one for myself.
Yes. So awesome.
So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think people are gonna like it. It comes out in September, so it should be a good one.
Is Amazon the best place to find that?
Amazon or your local booksellers, I think, are doing pre-orders too. Hopefully, I haven't. That's a good question. I haven't looked. I should double check that. Nothing against Amazon, of course. But.
Thank you so much for sharing that story and that article with us and our viewers and our friends. I just really enjoyed that. Like, I read the article, like I said, a couple times, and I just really enjoy. It's just hearing you talk about it. I don't want to use the term matter-of-factly because that sounds flippant.
Sure.
It's actually accurate. Like, matter-of-factly is okay when it comes to this type of, to what you're dealing with there, because I think matter-of-fact is what a guy like Jake and a guy like Lisa, or his mom Lisa, needs is just a nice matter-of-fact approach. There's no like, crying in the corner about it. There's just like, hey, what's going on? All right, cool. How can we help? I love that mentality. I love that mentality. So thank you, because you're providing that, and you continue to, as you've explained and obviously demonstrated. So I love that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the interest, and I'm just a curious fan, just like everybody else. So so it was good to catch up with him and hopefully.
Yeah, but also a compassionate fan. A compassionate man. That's important. And without you sharing that story, none of us know about it. So we're happy to spread the story and hope it gets spread further, because Jake deserves that, and Lisa deserves that. And it's really important. So thank you.
Absolutely.
And the next time you talk to him, tell him he's got 2 fans in the state of Washington.
Absolutely.
We'll do that.
So it rains here all the time.
For sure. Yeah. Well, yeah.
We're still smiling for him.
You could use some of that Rainier. So yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, thank you very much for having me on. It was a real pleasure to talk and elaborate on some of this stuff. So
you're the best, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Clayton.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
You too.
See you later, everybody.
I mean, come on.
I
don't know.
That was
a big
awesome.
fan of Clayton. I'm a bigger fan of his work now, and then Jake. Like, I really appreciate that. That's Like, here's the deal. Here's like, I was gushing over Clayton a little bit here, but the biggest thing with mental health is coming back when no one else does, and I think that's really important. And the cool thing is that we're dealing in the Star Wars universe here, and Hayden was a great example when he brought up Hayden. Like, Hayden went through the trash because Hayden wasn't, Jake played a small part, and you could almost, put him down to, like, he played this role as a kid. He used Lucas's dialogue. That's what happened. But Hayden went through Lucas's dialogue as a, as a team. And I know we say Lucas's dialogue, which, whatever, but man, I just repeat, coming back when no one else does is really important when it comes to mental health.
Josh, and I think, to a degree, I think that's what we can all relate to. Like, sometimes we know ourselves the best, and because of that, we're afraid that sometimes the things that we do push people away. Yeah. And when we do that what we really want to do is bring them back, but it's just making that happen can be difficult, and it really does need to sometimes come from the outside in. And so, like being Clayton, putting in that time, establishing a relationship with Lisa, and then like, these are 2 articles that are 3 years coming, right? 2 years coming. And so that's not just a good reporter. That's a guy that cares.
I'd love to see Jake get a piece of the fandom's, love right now and I think the prequels will continue to build in their nostalgia. And I think that he could be another stepping stone there. However, if I were talking to Jake right now, like Clayton did, and he did that perfectly in his article, it would just be like, hey man, just get good and know that, like, you're super loved. Like, as a matter of
right here when you're ready.
Yeah, it's totally right here when you're ready. And all this stuff you may remember you heard or all that, everyone's completely forgotten about and replaced with all this warm nostalgia. Like, your role, like him on the pod, like all of that. Woo-hoo! Like, is absolute gold now. At the time, just like, and I will not say that the sequels will find this gold later, but at the time we were like, oh man, because we wanted Han Solo and Luke Skywalker from the OT, but when we saw little Anakin being kind of a kid, we were annoyed by a kid being a kid, which is so stupid. Isn't that the truth? It's the truth. But however, we were taught by the kids that came after us that, like, hey, we liked seeing a kid be a kid. Okay, you identified with a kid. We were adults, so we didn't.
Think about Scotty.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think of him when I said that statement. That's what I'm thinking about. Is Scotty and Gary, like, that's what they, like, identified with was the fun. Like, the pod race itself is literally building a fort. Right now, we have social media going absolutely insane about 4 little boys out in the woods documenting building a fort, and they're getting. Like, you've seen it, you've heard of it, right? Like, most people have heard of it on here, and I'm in love with it. I'm not in love with it to the fact that, but that's what the love is like, I remember what it was like to be a kid. And that's what Jake did in his role. Was he was just little kid. Sure, he was going to grow up to be the most powerful Jedi / Sith in the world, but like he's a kid. and he got ridiculed for it by a bunch of sour ass adults who wanted like, Star Wars 4.
Yeah.
We
Well,
got prequels,
again, that one of my takeaways that I was happily surprised about was that his mom feels like she was able to kind of shield him from some of that negativity. And of course, the internet was nowhere near what it was back in 1999 and 2000.
But it was still a piece of shit.
Yeah, but like I saw The Phantom Menace 7 times in 6 days when it
I
came
love
out.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
100%.
And I love Jake in it. I thought he played a good young Anakin. That was my opinion. There were other things that I thought were a little weird about it, but my complaint was never with Jake. And so yeah, I'm just happy that there's hope for him, and that when he's ready, we will all embrace him.
Yes. Agreed. And thank you to Clayton.
Yes, 100%. Thank you to Clayton. All right, Josh, we've got 2 other things to talk about.
All right. Hey, we're here. We're just here. We're back on. We got cameras. We got internet. It may be sketchy at best, but hi, Matt. Sorry you're dealing with a sick household, man.
Yeah. Do you want to go Red 5 or do you want to go Late Christmas?
Let's go Red 5. We'll close with Late Christmas.
Okay. Our buddies at Red 5 Designs, who put together, speaking of books, we should have talked about this with Clayton too, that put together the Red 5 Designs Star Wars toy action figure book. They have made some updates to their website. They have some things coming out soon that you can see on there. And I just wanted to touch on it a little bit because there are some things of note as a collector that some of you guys might be interested in. So I'm going to hold this up here, Josh.
Do it, Scotty. Do it.
Don't call me.
Do it, Scotty. You have full access. Do it, bro. Just drop.
On the website here, we get some of the things that they have put together here.
God, their website looks great.
Yeah. Obviously, there's the book, which the second edition of the book is available. If you didn't get around the first time or the second coming, there's still some second edition prints available. There's the Max Rebo band poster, as well as, let me just pull these up here. They are going to hit up a new batch of the Return of the Jedi card back poster with all the figures. They're gonna have a new batch here, and it says you get a free Book of Boba Fett poster when you buy a Max Rebo poster. Nice. So it's a 2-for-1 essentially, which is a good deal as far as I'm concerned. But if you scroll down just a little bit further, okay, they're going to re-up the mini guide, the Kenner cardback mini guide, and the Palatoy cardback mini guide. There will be some coming soon. If you didn't get those are kind of fun. But there were 2 things in particular. Oh.
Andy, you're making me feel like my dad's controlling the computer, and I'm like, all right, I want to click for you.
No, I had the spinning wheel for a second there.
Gotcha. All right.
Sorry about that. Okay, you can buy proof sheets from the Johnny and Greg that are a proof sheet is just like a copy of pages. Like the one that you can see here has the very first page and some, they're folded up, but proof sheets. Yeah, you can buy proof sheets, and I'll show you the one I bought one of
That
these.
proof sheet looks like it shows the evolution of mankind on it, which is great.
In Figureland, it does. Yeah. So 010 or 010. I purchased this. It's in the mail, and I got it because Boba Fett's on it. It's also what's that?
He's in. We got Scotty in the house. We got Scotty.
I had to ask permission. I had to be like, I hear you.
You had full permission.
So I was like, hold on, listen. No, not your permission. I heard Katie listening to y'all, and I got super jealous. I'm like, that's my boys. Like, I need to like pop in real quick. That's my boys. My boys.
Scotty, you look, Scotty. How sexy are you, Scotty?
Feeling
good. You're in with your clothes on, Scotty.
No, look, gumbo, boudin, etouffee, crawfish, jambalaya, boy.
Look at this, Katie.
Hey,
right here.
Hey, Scotty Jams. Scotty Jams is my new favorite Saturday afternoon.
Oh my God,
bring it back. Y'all tell Katie that y'all like it that much. Hold on.
I love Scotty Jams.
Because it's like Katie, whatever she likes, and that's what she gets. So sorry, bro.
Cool. This is it. This is it right here.
Oh my God,
Scotty, real quick,
okay, boys. Yeah.
What do you think about Clayton co-authoring the Phantom Menace visual archive book with
Kelly Knox
and a couple others? Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah, they better throw a Stay Bombat in there. That would be incredible. They make it canon. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Can you imagine? Make it canon. But no, I'm doing good, boys. I love y'all. I'm so happy to see y'all.
Yeah,
for those that don't know, in the chat, we share a StreamYard. I gave Josh $200 like in August.
$200.
Real American dollars.
That's right. USD. USD, not
pesos. I was looking at the clock. I'm like, is that shit run out yet? No,
August. Yeah, you got me for a while.
Hold on. Before you keep going, I got stuff like, hold on, Bombad Video. I got custom layout 7. I got Scotty.
No.
I got Scotty layout. I can't delete this shit.
You can't.
Spinner. You can get rid of Spinner probably. Sorry. I was going through and I was like, I want to change the layout, and I was like, and then it was like, you have too many layouts, and I looked and I was like, I got a lot of Bombad layouts. I can't delete these.
We gotta do bounty hunters.
Cash.
Oh man,
access.
I'd love to do it.
We gotta do bounty hunters. We gotta do it again, y'all.
Bro, I think we just get on.
I'm sorry I just came and interrupted y'all's wonderful stream. Everyone in the chat, you know I love y'all.
Now I will admit that you probably could have added yourself to the stream.
Y'all need to show up to Bombad tomorrow. Just do it. Why not? No feelings.
I'll come in.
Hey, let me get through this one thing here, and then we'll get to some even more fun stuff with our late Christmas. Okay, Scotty?
No, Scotty, you gotta stay. No, you're coming back. Sorry, bro.
Okay.
No, you have to
I'll
stay.
sit there quietly.
Stay. Just you don't be quiet, or else I gotta come up with shit.
Comment. So one other thing, I think this is really cool that Greg and Johnny are doing, is that they are going to be selling some certified action figures that were photographed in their book.
Oh,
and so you'll get a certificate of authenticity. You'll get a custom card back.
Wow.
And I'll show some better examples of that here in a second. But you'll also get a little QR code sticker that will take you to a digital image of the page in which the figure was photographed on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's totally awesome. And they will be up on the website soon. They are not quite yet, as you can see there, coming very soon. But I'm looking forward to that. And there is a decent chance that some of these figures that they're going to sell actually were in my house at some point. Because,
you touch them and stuff.
As you guys know, that they would send things that they would buy from American eBay, for example, that maybe they didn't ship overseas.
American eBay?
Yeah, because there's UK eBay.
I know, but that's funny.
So, but maybe like the seller wouldn't ship overseas, so they'd have it sent to my house where I would get to see him. and maybe Josh would get to see
Send it
too.
to American Andy's house.
Yes, and then we would send it to
What
UK.
the hell is this?
Yeah. So anyway, here I
Then
got
they send
two
it over to
pictures.
Cajun Scotty's house. And
That's
like,
right.
Over to Cajun Scotty's house. So here's a picture of the card backs. Some examples. And actually, you know what? I'm just going to go right to the example with the figure.
What the?
Oh, wow.
So there'll be a little picture. There won't be a coin on there, but Emperor's Royal Guard without the robe. So yeah, there will be some opportunities to buy some figures that were actually used in the production of their book.
Wow.
So they are getting ready to start the process with Volume 2, which will include play sets, vehicles, mini rigs, and die-cast, which include like the little die-cast play sets as well as the die-cast ships. So looking forward to that. So that's on the horizon. Keep refreshing every now and then the website to see what's been added, and you can get in on some of those cool things if you're as big a Red 5 fans as we are.
If you're as big a Red 5 fan that you remember the time that Andy and I called them Read 5 on the podcast directly and got corrected via email or chat, Read 5.
Read 5.
Remember that we
did.
called it Read 5.
It kind of makes sense, though.
No, that makes total sense from
mean-
an American standpoint. We would read red, read,
Mhm.
Riyadh. Like, we can do all of that and feel comfortable. And they were like, hey, mates, you didn't quite catch the joke. Red 5, like as in you read the book. And I'm like, whatever, guys.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know.
I think that was just you, Josh. I don't think that was.
Shut up.
Ooh.
How about this, Andy?
What about
Gary Moore? Gary Moore shooting one across the bow.
now? Those words can't hurt me anymore.
Is that the one? Wait, was that the one, Andy, that when I came to visit you in 2023? Is that the exact Luke that you lost? Is that the Luke that you lost?
No,
No,
not just a
no, no,
Luke,
no.
but there was also a vinyl Cape Jawa. That's VCJ. Right?
Oh no! Was that the one where I got a picture of?
I did not lose theirs. I lost.
Oh.
mine. I lost.
Yes.
Mine.
Oh no, I remember because you showed me the insurance check that UPS sent you, and he took a picture. He's like, Scotty, it came in. I'm like, what is
I
it?
know.
And he's like, an unbelievably expensive insurance coverage.
All right, hold on. I still got Scotty on the ropes here a little bit since you brought up when you came to visit us, which was phenomenal, by the way.
God,
I still go to that little joint across the river in Rainier, and I still
Best.
laugh every time because
he's gonna say it.
Scotty
I knew it.
Scotty comes from Louisiana that's flat as shit. Like it's
Just
flat.
unbelievably flat.
It's this flat. The tallest point in Louisiana is at the New Orleans Zoo, where like I think the hill where the lions stand on top. Is
I'm looking it up now.
above seawater. Yeah, when you stand up, you're 6 feet above sea level. So I park, I just park, and then we go inside to eat, and we're just waiting for Scotty to show up. He was right behind me, and like 5 minutes later, Scotty walks in, and he's like sweating, and he's like, "Whew, whew." He's like, "Man, there was nowhere to park. I had to park on a hill like this," and I was freaked out. I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I had to park on a hill. I didn't know what to do. Katie was freaking out. We thought we were going to roll backwards." I'm like, "That's why you have a parking brake." He's like, "I've never used that in my life."
No, wait, okay.
Turn your wheels towards the curb, so in case it rolls backwards. He never parked on a hill. This guy, he never parked on an incline.
You've got it messed up. This is how it happened. I can tell you the true story.
Yeah, right. Tell me the true story.
I was falling behind you, and you whip into with your big old truck, and you park that thing on the side of the road. And I roll in the window, and you're like, "Aren't you gonna park behind me, dog?" I'm like, "No, I don't know how to. I had just got this car literally that morning.
Oh, that's right. You came there to pick up that car
morning. So I'm like, So I go like literally so far out the way to park on the only street that was somewhat level. Somewhat level. And you dogged on me the entire
God, what a
time.
little boy.
Okay, and I looked up
Tiny little boy.
the highest point elevation in all of Louisiana. This is in North Louisiana. It's in Bienville Parish. It's near Shreveport. It is only 530 feet high. That is the highest point.
So since then, have you driven your brand new rig there to practice? It's up there, practice parking. Yeah.
There's nothing to do that with.
Poor little bastard.
Oh, I love
little
you guys.
Scotty, both Josh and I live about twice as high as the highest point in.
He's been to both the high points. He's had the high ground.
Yeah.
Can I show you something that I got in the mail recently? Can we do that real quick? Okay.
Sure.
So
Hey.
I told Andy the story. I've not told Josh the story. Ooh! Okay, you ready for this?
No, wait. I gotta.
All right, quiet on the set real quick. Got Scotty J. Rowe here.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay.
And just make shit up.
Okay.
Do like 10 takes.
Okay. Y'all want to get in the shot too?
Get out of the shot. No.
Wow, it's so demanding.
We just want you.
Okay, here we go. On today's episode of Holla Chronicles, you learn.
This is what I have to deal with, guys. Zero professionalism.
Welcome to a very serious episode of Holla Chronicles. We're going to be discussing everything under the sun in terms of Star Wars, especially how to stay bomb bad. That's good. Is that how it work? I want both of y'all in here.
All right, now we're good. Come here, Andy.
We got to get a good stay bomb bad together.
Quick. He's going.
I'm sorry.
Can you focus it in or
You
no?
need to be focused.
You sure? Yeah,
Let's
just
be
oh no,
unfocused.
let's see. Wait.
Yeah, you got a lot of mic.
I know.
Let's do this.
There we go. On the count of three, just watch my hands. We'll do stay bomb
Okay, I
bad.
will.
1, 2, stay bomb bad.
You didn't say 3.
Didn't say that. I was trying to make it like in Wayne's World.
In Wayne's
Well,
World.
in Wayne's World, yeah. And he goes.
Here we go.
3. Okay.
1.
Stay bomb bad. Look at
Oh,
this.
Scotty's in studio.
This is so cool. I made it. I'm stealing something. Look, going right in my pocket. I love y'all. We've all lost a lot of weight. We've all looked really good. We look good now.
We look good now. I was gonna say we were all like a little COVID fat during that.
A little bit. I get a little like it's got just a little bit more,
Yeah.
just a little bit more. Not a lot, just a little bit,
I like
Anyway.
I like how Bruce Dickinson I was. I was such a
Dude,
producer Andy. You gotta watch out for this guy.
Okay, wait. So I gotta
Yeah.
tell you, Josh. I've told Andy this.
All right.
Andy and I talked on the phone for a minute. Look at Katie. Oh, she's like blowing me up right here.
She's so cute.
Look at that. Okay, so laying in bed, and I see an ad for a app. Okay, and I'm like, oh man, this sounds pretty enticing. What is this? I get it, I download it, and I instantly fall in love. Instantly. There was a page called Locker Blocker that was posting all kinds of cool Star Wars collectibles they got in. And I'm like, oh, what is this? What is this app? And I open the app, I make an account, and I'm like, you know what? Let's see what happens. And I go to Locker Blocker, and I see they have a 1983 Japanese Return of the Jedi print. Now, I'm not going to tell you the name of the app until I'm done speed buying it like some sort of addict. Here I am swiping right to win this thing, and I spend $99 on Whatnot. Have you heard of this app? Have you heard of this app,
No,
Josh?
I haven't.
No, your co-host does, because your co-host said he got into the flurry of it as well. It's pretty much, Josh, TikTok meets eBay, and it's
No, I don't need that.
It's not good for you, dude.
No.
It's not, dude. It's
I don't
not.
need that.
And then here and look, literally, Katie's. I was genuinely tweaking because it would be like oh my God, this is going for such a good price. And then you're just, I'm not kidding. It's like swipe instantly, swipe instantly, swipe. And then literally you won. And I'm like, oh no. Now the big problem is here I am super excited about it. Yeah, this happens again. A backlit one of those box Crystal Skull posters, the teaser poster shows up, and I'm like, this is only meant for me. No one else wants this. Nope. People are also bidding on it. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta win. Won that for $100. So here I am, $200 in the can.
No.
I don't need to be buying this. I said, Katie, screw it. I'm gonna send you this link. Because if I send her a referral code, she can get some money possibly, right? You just never know.
A referral code?
Dude, wait.
Yeah.
She gets the referral code. She gets an account. She gets $200 in her account for free from this company. And then if she spends $1 of that $200, I get $200 in my account for free.
That's like $401.
Bruh. And it gets even worse.
It's like when you get comped at a casino, and then they'll give you a night, or whatever, or $500 to spend at the casino, but you end up spending $2,000, right?
Yes, yeah. Okay, now wait. Here we go. So here I am now jonesing because I got $200 free in my account.
Oh, $400. It sounds like.
Well, I spent. Well, Katie, but no, Katie's gonna buy her own stuff. Come on, I'm not gonna expect her to give me. So here I am, New Year's Day. You want to see the first purchase of my New Year's Day? This is the first thing I bought New Year's. Ready?
Hold on.
Andy doesn't even know about this. Here we go. Andy has no idea about this. I want to
make him big.
Here we go. Make me big. Make me big. Here we go. Ready?
Big, brother, you're big.
A Sega Dreamcast. Refurbished. It looks new. It looks legitimately.
Open it. I want to see the eye. I want to see the eye.
Hold on. Let me take because I got some bootleg ass disc. Let me open it. Let's go take it up.
What's that in there?
Oh my God.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
not a single I mean, this looks like NIB, new in box. Legitimately. Look at that. Look at that. I mean,
that.
It's beautiful.
Now,
hold on. Even the controllers this guy sent and like the memory card. I mean, I have never seen a console. Look at that.
Dude, LC me.
Look at that. Even like the label. Anyway, so
I've always thought that the controller for that looked like Grievous's ship. You know what I mean?
Yes. Good point.
What I mean?
Oh my God. Yeah, look, hold on. I can see that.
You see that?
I can totally see that. Yeah, because like you see the move, it's like cutting through the air.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan gets it. But anyway, boys, I'll show you the posters I got. Hold on. You can do some banter.
We'll do banter.
Y'all are so
Can you believe that fucker just came into our room? I mean, we're trying to do a show here.
What is going on? We gotta put a lock on it.
I mean, we're trying to do a show, like a very serious show. We're talking about mental health.
Yeah.
Here comes this crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah, talking about Rumble Packs. I mean, come on.
Packs, Jesus Christ. Dreamcast, more like
more like Creamcast.
I was gonna say that, but I left it to you, my friend.
Yeah, I was right there with you, Josh.
You know it's problematic. Look, boys, this is
I add stage.
This is when it's problematic. When you have so many poster tubes, you don't know what's in each one.
Let's inspect what's going on in his room now that we get a full screen. Everyone else can see this, but I can't. Like we've got.
Yeah.
I mean,
look at this.
Oh, Jesus! You got a problem, dude.
Hold on, wait. There's more.
Yes,
problem, man.
You really could be my son, Scotty.
I know.
Yeah,
we just don't. Oh wait, here's the other one. It's already sitting out here. Here I am looking for it. It's right before my very eyes. But boys, I love you. How's things been? Everything's okay in y'all's world?
It's been great.
Yeah.
Keep going. We don't want to talk about us. I want to see your problems.
Okay, hold on. Let me just check it out.
No, you want to see Katie's problems.
I want to see Katie's problems.
This is Katie's problems. Okay, this one I believe is the vintage Return of the Jedi one. Let me double check. Or it might just be empty. Oh no, this is definitely it. This is crazy. Now the reason why I'm so proud of this one is because even Andy was like, "Can you let me know next time they do one of those?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, buddy. I see that you want one." This is authentic. This is true. Tried
you
and
know it's
true.
authentic?
Because the copyright, everything on it, the size is correct.
Ooh,
I mean, it's
that's hot.
Yeah, it is very hot, and it's.
I mean, that's like. Imagine that's when they hired some 16-year-old dude that's like, I know how to cut and paste stuff physically with my scissors and make a poster.
Knife. It's an
Like,
X-Acto
like
knife.
it's just got it literally. If I went on Canva and someone was like, make a Return of the Jedi poster, and I'd be like, you got it, and I'd throw Vader behind a Death Star Destroyer. Like,
but it's also like it's like
Hey Muzza.
You can barely see it, but I'll get closer. There's like Bib Fortuna right there.
Dude, they threw Bib in. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't even know who the main characters were. They're like, throw Bib in. Just throw Bib.
He's a guy.
Hold on. Go back.
No Jabba.
Hold on. The Solo picture is like, it's literally Solo. Like, after the scene, I need to go poop. Like, that's the face he's got. He's like, when we cut, it's gonna happen.
I gotta go blow up the toilet.
Yeah.
But isn't it beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
And that
I
nice
like how random it is. It's so random. Yeah.
I like it. It's good energy.
It's good
roll it back up. Y'all just gonna watch me roll stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take you off Solo. So we don't need to see you Gollum out on that.
Oh, there's more. I gotta find the Crystal Skull one is just so nice. It's just absurdly nice.
Where's it at? You got it?
I gotta look for it, guys.
All
Good
right,
lord!
right.
And then wait.
Andy and I, we want you to be here. We're gonna do gift giving. Hold on, I gotta find Andy.
Yeah, y'all do that. I'll do some more stuff real quick. I will say too, when it comes to this kind of stuff, Andy also gave me, my sweet Andy gave me this many posters. He pawned his posters off to me. All vintage Phantom Menace posters. Look, give me 6 of them. 6 of them.
Wait, this is all from this crazy site?
No, this is from Andy personally when I visited y'all in Kelso.
And I didn't give you shit, right?
No, not a thing.
Thank you. Thank God.
Forget you. You're real stingy. That's the first thing I think of when I think of you.
I've got 3 of these, but anywho.
Yeah. Not my problem. This weird, creepy redheaded boy comes and visits me. Hold on.
No. But Katie, I probably gave her a couple gifts.
You probably
she deserves them.
She's a good soul.
Good
this is oh wait, this might be it. Or is this my Matt Ferguson print? Do y'all have any of the Matt Ferguson prints?
Yep.
Yeah? I didn't know if you had one. Which one do you have?
I have the Empire Strikes Back and the Return of the Jedi. Let me guess. You've got the Phantom Menace.
Of course. I need to hang. That's the next. I'm gonna actually get that one framed. Oh, that's a Daft Punk poster. No, y'all do your thing. I'll just sit in the back, please. I don't need to be on screen this whole time. I'm fine with that.
Josh, open yours up, okay?
We love you. Hold on. I guess I got to make me big.
Right? I can do it. You just go.
Here's my box. It says, Josh, April 4.
Isn't that your birthday?
No, it's 2nd, but it's fine.
2nd. Okay. All right.
April 4th is when we usually meet up for my birthday. Isn't that your birthday is April 4th?
No, it's March.
March 30th?
We're 27th.
A week. We're a week. So
Yeah.
you're March 26th?
27. And 27. I just know we're a week apart. So
what the hell? This is like a legit figure going on here. I saw the back.
Well,
Scotty, you got me lukewarm entrails. Hold on. Hold on.
No way.
I just took a picture of it because I clicked my screen. It's gross.
That's amazing.
It's gross.
Like little rubber.
Oh, that's
guts.
hot.
It's guts.
That's hot.
Tauntaun guts.
And it even has more options on the back.
Wow.
Which are like all the legit figs. Probably a little bootlegged on their design, but it's heavy though. It's heavy entrails.
That's dope. I love it.
I think it weighs about half a pound. Thank you, Andy. I like it. Hold on, there's a little sticker in here too, which is Nerds and makers. We'll give nerds and makers some cred. Nerds and makers. Well, no cred there, just blurry. There you go.
Nice.
Y'all are good people. That's a good gift.
That's a great gift.
That's Etsy for you.
Well, or swipe right. All right, Andy.
Swipe right.
Whatever.
Okay. Now,
All right. This is straight from Disneyland. This is Disneyland exclusives. Uh-oh. Grab the clothing first. There's clothing. I mean, you're going to get it. Oh, well.
Dude.
Yes.
Is a pair of socks, guys. One black, one white.
Yep. That's Andy. He's a sock guy.
Those are fresh, man. I'm gonna wear those.
Are you really a sock guy, Andy?
He
I
really
love
is.
socks. Yeah, I love socks.
That's cool.
That is Disney wrapping paper, Scuba. That's the best wrapping paper you can get. Is straight out of the wherever.
Okay.
The
And
market.
then there's a secondary thing here.
It's,
You're gonna
it's a fat,
Dude, no way.
dude. It's a fat ass
water bottle.
saver.
Wow.
You're gonna. I can see Teacher Andy just slamming that on his desk.
I was gonna say.
Okay. Here's it.
And he's gonna drink his water. Please
You have to.
extend into your mouth.
No,
Those Disney Parks merch, it's usually pretty good, if I'm gonna be honest with you. It's
When I
not
saw
really
that, I had a
bad.
couple things in my hand, and then I saw the water bottle, and I was like, I just see Teacher Andy just walking in, like
Beautiful.
he doesn't even. He's just walking in, Teacher Andy style, and he just grabs a swig off his giant saber bottle. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there, Teacher Andy. Anyway, kids, turn to page 377, and we're going to talk about the quadratic equation.
hang on.
Yes, look at him. Beep. I like that it has like a little armband too, so you don't lose it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can wear it on your arm or your belt.
So
It's
you
perfect
can,
for. Look at this. Oh
So-
my god.
responsible water partaking.
Dude, you have to have a saying every time you open it, though.
Or make a noise.
Yeah, make a noise. What's a water noise when you open your saber bottle?
No,
Darth
it's the Vader helmet.
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
your bidding, my master? There it is.
Do that again.
Me?
Whoever
You
did the
I did the
lead.
high pitch. I
Who
did the
did
really
the
good.
lead?
I'm gonna. You gotta realize, I was 20 years ago. I was in theaters watching that scene, going, "Well, this is it. This is just the best thing that ever could happen in my entire life." 9 years old, like
Wait,
blown away.
Josh,
What?
this comes with authentic lightsaber sounds.
Well, then make it happen. You probably just have to pull a tab out.
No,
Grandpa?
Yeah.
Stab.
Oh, man, the instructions are helpful.
Oh!
So you can clean it.
Or it comes. What the fuck?
No way.
Drink out of that. Drink out of that. Drink out of the saber.
Well, you can't because it's the bottom. You can just make it a lightsaber.
That's amazing.
Okay. Here's what you're gonna do, Andy. You gotta do this. So whenever a kid's like, "Hey, can I go refill your bottle, Mr. Lemire?" What you're gonna then do next is just go, "Yes," undo it, plop that thing on top, and say, "Go carry this down the hallway." It's their hall pass. It doubles as their hall pass.
Jeff
Wow.
Parker's got it right. I just got you a teacher bomb.
Oh, dudes.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Lights up.
I bet
Yeah,
that like
your beverage
ionizes
will light
your
up.
water. Yeah. Dude.
Okay, here's the sound.
Teacher Andy.
Teacher Andy, your water is gonna be so great. Imagine all the electrolytes you're gonna get from that. Oh, put that thing on top. Does it glow? Put your saber on top. It's got to glow.
Gotta tell Google to turn off the lights.
Put your saber on top. Emily already went to bed. I saw that. Oh well.
So, and then you hit the button. Oh wait, it's already on.
It's the weirdest noise.
Wow.
What's it
I
doing?
like it.
Yeah, it's lukewarm.
All right, hey Josh,
Lukewarm.
good stuff.
That's a good Christmas gift.
It really is. It keeps giving. I didn't know it did all that shit. I want it back.
I'll open mine. Guys, thanks for sending me one. Hold me open this one.
Yeah. Remember when we sent you that one, Scotty?
Oh my God. You sent me a Captain EO poster.
Captain EO!
How thoughtful.
That's the best. Here's the funny story. So, Scotty, I was in Disneyland and I had to explain to my kids Captain EO.
Wow.
Because there was some Captain EO stuff, and my oldest daughter, she's 20, she's like, what's Captain EO? And I'm like, let me show you a YouTube video. So I went back and watched like 15 minutes of the YouTube video. That's the whole presentation.
Yeah.
Like, I think the movie itself, the 3D movie, is like 22 minutes long.
Yeah, it's short.
So I showed her like 15 minutes of it. Well, I skipped through 15 minutes of it, and it was the worst shit on the planet. And I'm like, but it was in 3D, and that came right in your face, like horrible stuff.
They'll spray you at things.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
That's beautiful. I want to say one more thing before I head out. I love you both very much. And I was going to show you my Crystal Skull poster that I obtained real quick. Hold on. This is
Hey, Stu.
I got so many posters now, it's disorienting. I feel like I'm in a club in Vegas and people are just handing me posters. Hold on, wait. Does that make any sense?
No.
Mm.
Hold on. No. Moron. Which poster is
You
this?
should hold
Okay.
on, I think, but moron's fine.
Mulan.
Just casually have the double neck Gibson in the corner there, you know?
Epiphone. I'm not Gibson. You think I'm that special?
Well, you'll get there.
I can show you all that instead. That's even cooler. Hold on. Who wants to see
Let's
it?
go. Give us a jam.
Can we get some Scotty jams?
Yeah. Look at this. Isn't this
See you,
wild?
Muzza. Thanks, bud.
Look at this. This is the dream guitar. I dreamed about this guitar when I was in 8th grade, and then over the summer I saw someone put it on Facebook Marketplace for $700, and I never messaged anyone quicker. Isn't that beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
Look at this.
It's
I'm a
absolutely
real Jimmy Page when I play this thing, right? Don't you love when people that don't play guitar do this? They're like, I'm playing guitar.
So,
But no.
Scotty, how often do you play both necks?
This is my wife's gonna kill me because I spend so much money on it. I only play this thing when I go take the dog outside to go piss and shit. So it's the only time I really play it. I just walk outside with my door outside's right here. So I play it. I don't get me wrong, I do play it. But in terms of like consistently,
in terms of like saying it and not a dog shitting.
well, how often do I use both necks? I can use it pretty often. If I had, two other things, I would play with them both too. Does that make sense?
Especially when the dog was
nuts,
taking
you'd be
a piss.
your uncle, you know?
Yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. I miss you guys. We got to do some stuff soon. We really got to bring bounty hunters back. I'm not kidding.
Doing stuff. We're doing it right now.
I know, but I mean, like, we need to
Hold
do
on,
bounty hunters again.
Like plan it.
Serious
Plan it.
talks with Scotty from Bombad Cast.
Yeah.
Go ahead and watch the Bombad Cast. If you're watching this, go subscribe,
Yes.
like, and all that shit.
Tomorrow night live.
When's baby Scotty on the way?
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this right now?
Are you on?
I'm not gonna. No. I don't know. But she's got to finish law school. She has to finish law school first.
Bring her in.
She doesn't want to be on screen.
I want.
You got to interview her. Katie,
Katie, come here.
are you decent? No, she's not decent.
All right, just relay via double neck guitar.
There's no information aside from this. I feel like Josh doesn't know this. Josh is not as plugged in. But Josh, did you know I'm going to Japan? You knew that, right?
I did know that you're going to be presenting in Japan.
Yes,
Very
that's what
plugged
I'm
in.
excited for. Okay, I didn't know if you were that plugged in. I didn't know.
Well,
I know Andy.
look,
Andy
Go
sent
ahead.
me
Go ahead and tell everybody what you're going to be presenting, Scotty.
I will be presenting a very comprehensive presentation on midichlorians and the importance of midichlorians and how it's not just this thing that people seem to, I guess, have a how do you say misconception that they're just like the powerhouse of the force, and the more you have, the more power you have. It's not that like that at all, and that's how everyone got out of it. Everyone got out of it that way. But and that's fair. Look, that wasn't presented that well, and I think I even say that in the presentation. It really isn't that well explained by George Lucas himself, but the subtext and what it actually means, how you can connect it between all the movies and all the shows and all the books, and how beautiful it is. And it's just the symbiosis of life, man. It's just
so just based on that comment alone, you would say that midichlorians are at least in the galaxy you're talking about, the building blocks of life, right?
They're fundamental to connecting.
Okay, so
connecting.
If you're talking building blocks of life, and then I ask you, when does little Scotty come? I mean, we're talking about the same shit here, right? We don't have to go to Japan to figure this out.
Basically.
We don't have to go to Japan to figure this out, right?
That's a really good point.
We could probably stay. We could stay in the swamps of Louisiana and figure this out.
We could stay Bombad.
We could stay Bombad.
The primordial soups of New Orleans. And
Katie, get undecent, and let's make a little baby Scotty.
This is ridiculous. I love this.
I love you so much.
I love you, boys.
Can you imagine what baby's Andy? Hold on. I'm gonna pull Scotty out because I don't want him to hear. Andy, can you imagine what little baby Scotty's gonna look like? He's gonna be so cute. He might have two necks.
Here's his first word.
All right, he's back. All right, he's back.
Oh wait, no, drop him out.
All right, go ahead.
His first words. What are baby Scotty's first words? I'll tell you what they're going to be words.
I'm going to let you do it because I don't want to. What is it?
Sick, bro.
Sick, bro. Probably stay, bro. Bombad.
Sick, bro.
Oh.
Y'all used to dog me on that. Sick. Everything was sick.
Dude,
that's sick.
Sick, man.
You know what's crazy? When I started collaborating with y'all, I was but 24 years old. Now here I am.
27.
Here I am, 29.
29?
Wow.
No way.
Y'all carried me into my 30s.
You've
carried me into my 30s. Yes.
Oh, we have not carried you. When do you turn 30? What's your actual date?
June 25th.
Where are we going to be, bro? Because I want to literally carry you into your 30s.
That's beautiful.
That Vegas? Can we go to Vegas together on June 25th?
Who's playing at the Sphere? Who's playing at the Sphere, fellas? Let's see.
Can we go with Scotty to Vegas?
The Grateful Dead are coming back, I think.
I saw them at the Sphere and they were amazing.
Andy's the oldest here, so he has to approve. Andy, can we go to Vegas with Scotty for his 30th?
Let's see.
I saw him get married. He's growing up right before my eyes. That would be lovely to meet up. Are the Eagles done playing in the Sphere? I think they are.
Okay, let's look it up. I'm looking it up. June 25th.
Me too.
Doesn't look. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Doesn't seem like. No, but it really is amazing. Have y'all been before or no?
Yes, but only for the Andy went for you went for U2, and I just went for their stock deal. Which is pretty cool, to be honest with you. But
yes, I went to see The Dead, and it was quite the experience. It was just amazing. And I'm not like big into drugs or anything like that because there were people.
Yeah, you're little into drugs.
There were people there. There were people there. This one dude was like the entire time.
He was gone.
I was like, oh, it was beautiful. I kind of looked at him like, man, you're like experiencing what the Native Americans felt when they were in the rapture of the ritual. You know what I mean? And their mind is gone.
And I'm a flower.
Like they literally were just like it. But no, I looked it up. Nothing on the 25th.
Nothing. Okay, hold on. That means tickets are cheap to Vegas.
That means we should go.
I want to carry you into your 30s across some threshold. I don't care if that's the Sphere or if it's
hey, Garth Brooks is doing some more shows in Caesar's Palace.
Now let's go.
Baton Rouge.
Actually, I'm talking to the wrong person. I'll talk to Katie. We'll get there.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to my boy Andy Lemire real quick before I head out. I wanted to kind of complete a collection of mine. I bought a bunch of those retro prototype edition figures that were the Kenner, vintage collection, right? You know what I'm talking about, Andy? The ones that were multicolored. And I asked Andy, I'm like, Andy, do you have any like Boba Fett's that I can buy off you? He's like, nah, man, I'll just send you some. And Andy, with all of his love, because I'm like, I don't care what it looks like. I just wanted to have one to pose up next to it. And I got me a little old tore up, but wait, I love it. He's been cracked. He's been the dog's not to him. Not my dog.
Hold on.
Battle damage.
Did you try to fire that rocket? Did you try to fire that rocket?
That red rocket.
No.
Yeah, look. He attached a little bottle, what's it called? A bottle rocket to it and launched it and it exploded and shattered his little shoulder. But no, boys, I love y'all. You know that, right? You know that.
I got it.
I'm gonna see y'all soon.
Scotty, I put it on the counter. Scotty B-Day Vegas, which is Wednesday, the 25th. That sucks. So
that is kind of mid.
So we could look at the 28th or the 21st. I assume you're eligible to drink no matter if you turn 30 or not. So it doesn't have to be your day. Just has to be
a day. 30. Go 30 on the 30th. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a month.
It's his golden shower birthday.
My golden shower birthday. Yay! I love you guys. I'm gonna go. It's late here. It's late here in Louisiana.
We need to get going too.
Hey,
thanks for letting us use your room.
I love you. Use my room all the time. No, tomorrow night, Bombad Cast talking about Star Wars Underworld, the show that got canceled in 2012 before the acquisition. So if you want to come and drop by, anyone hanging out with us tonight, and just know that I'm happy and I love you guys and I love this chat. I see some names I haven't seen in a while, and I hope can see y'all soon as well. We're a little obnoxious, you know us here.
Go to the Bombad Cast tomorrow night. What time, Scotty? What time?
8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. your time.
6 our time. Got it.
Hey,
bye, Scotty. Thanks
for
joining.
Bombad. I love y'all boys for real.
Love you.
You go play with your toys.
Go play with toys. Bye, Scotty. He's still backstage. He was looking at us creepily. That was fun. I'm glad Scotty joined.
We should do this more often.
Yeah, you're right. We should. We should have, for no other reason than just get on and chat.
Yeah.
Who else wants to?
What are you doing in February? Oh wait, this
is February, bro.
What are you doing in March?
No. I think So here's the funny thing, gang. Do you want to spill the tea? Andy and I actually had a meeting. Was that our first meeting? Like meeting?
I think it's our first meeting since we did the Holo Awards.
Yeah, we had a whiteboard, and we just talked about being a little more present. Well, hold on. Let's be honest. We talked about, like, are we going to keep doing this? And the answer was yes. But we also talked about, like, why.
What would we like to do different?
And I think what Scotty just helped us kind of represent was, like, I just like dishing. I like chatting. Star Wars is great if that's the topic. If it goes to another topic, like Clayton brought up, like, it was Star Wars-esque, but like his whole presentation was really mental health, which is a big deal in my family. And so I really appreciated that. And part of it's just chatting. And so I miss all these folks in the chat. Andy, you're always far better than I am at keeping contact, but I think our meeting was what? It was, we like to get on, we like to chat, we like to put our faces on the screen for some dumb reason. We like to identify with our folks, and let's keep doing it. We're guaranteed for once a month
for now,
which we committed to and we stuck to because we did our meeting in January. So here we are in February for our once a month. I'm down. I like it.
Right on, man. Well, it's good to do this. Good to see you,
man. What a good interview. Good job getting Clayton on, because he made me feel good.
Best. He's the best. He made it so easy. It was great.
Yeah, it's good to see all you guys too. And honestly, we feel that we have a lot of excuses when it comes to not doing a show, and it's mostly because we just want to make sure we give you something to watch, for God's sakes. But Andy puts a lot of work into that, and I appreciate that. And I get to show up and hang out with you guys. So, yeah, we'll see you at the very latest next month about the same time, or we'll see you before that, because you never know. Andy and I have also worked out a quicker connection where maybe we just hop on at our houses and get stuff done faster. And we don't need a lot of production, right? Our production values are already amazing. They're so amazing.
I've got fake Yoda right there, so we're ready.
Yeah, put him up. Let's see him. What's fake Yoda? I don't even know what you're talking about.
No, my Yoda light.
Oh yeah, you got Grota in the background. Yeah. All right, guys, we love you. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. We know that you had stuff to do tonight, and you chose to be with us, so you're amazing. Andy, I love you. Scotty, Katie, we love you. Clayton, we definitely love you. And Jake Lloyd, we love you a lot, man. Keep it coming. Bring it on in. We'll support
it in.
Yep. And Andy, I don't know, man. It's been a while, but I think we should what?
Play with your toys. Or your